Hello, it's Robert Alexander Jones, and this is Saturday, the 17th of January 2009. I'm just out for a bike ride, hence the. I bought this fleece in a charity shop in Llandudno because it was raining. Yeah, well, I mean, what better excuse do you want to buy a fleece like this? It's Adidas, so what were they thinking? But I think it's fun. You know. It was raining and I wanted to cycle back to Bersicide, and so I bought this and put it on. That was like 2004. I was living, well, I just got a job, but I was still living in a tent. I've been living in a tent all summer. Now, the adventures of Robert Alexander Jones are actually quite intriguing. That was the first year I went to Ireland, and there are stories to be told about that. About MI6 and how they tried to use the Clonmel General Hospital. But anyway, this is about my new computer. Yeah? I'm off out for a bike ride, so this is a really quick video. Right. I bought this computer Monday. Tuesday I was busy, but I kept it in the car because I knew the possibility that it could be switched for an identical one by my parents. Living with my parents. Yeah, but where do your parents get an identical computer? Yeah, well, you'll have to, you'll have to wait, didn't you? You'll have to follow the series. But on Thursday, on Wednesday I was in with it. Thursday it was in the boot of the car. Friday, when I set it up, Friday morning, I went out to the shop to get water for the leeches. When you've got leeches, you have to change the water with mineral water. You can't use tap water. Mineral water every day. And when I got back, I looked at the computer, and I knew it hadn't been switched because my fingerprints were on it. Yeah, but when I got back from the shop, they'd gone, and there were white marks from a cloth on the computer. So I don't know if this is my computer, or my mother was up to her usual tricks, just popping in white it with a cloth soaked in biowarfare germs, so that when you touch it, and you touch food, you will get diarrhea. Now, the one thing I have to remember before I go cycling is to wipe vinegar across my lip here, because I never touch my mouth. Okay? Because I know that everything you touch in this house will contaminate your hands with biowarfare germs. If you touch your mouth, you will liquefy your bowels. Yeah, it's sometimes they can get things like fig rolls. Yeah, I don't know if you remember the salmonella chocolate bars. Yeah, that's when Agent Y, the one who bribed Henry Paul, Chief Inspector Kieran Crosgrove from Devon Post Police, went to the salmonella factory, bribed his way in, made some salmonella chocolate bars. Yeah, good money for the people on behalf of the Queen and Prince Charles in particular. You know, she gives permission. He's the one that actually wants these things, and gave it to my mother. And she left it in the fridge, and no one would touch the chocolate bar. And eventually, I ate it, and it melted my guts down. And they came up with this excuse then, because I told the Sun, and the Sun ran on it. Yeah, dirty pipes. They've used that one before. This dirty pipes excuse. Yeah? But that was the salmonella chocolate bar episode. But I don't know if this is my computer because of the fingerprints. You see, where had my fingerprints gone? My fingerprints were on the computer. I went to the shop back, and then they've been wiped. So either my computer was wiped down by a warfare germs by my mother, or it has been switched. Don't know, open it up and look inside and things. I have found devices before. I smashed my alarm clock open and found that it had a medium wave aerial in it. A medium wave aerial is it's a copper coil. If you know about radios, the FM is the FM aerial is the one you can lift up and down. It's the telescopic one, and the medium wave aerial is inside the radio. It's a little copper coil. Now, what would that be doing in an alarm clock? I mean, it's just something like one of these, Yeah, just an ordinary one like that, just the square one. Those are the ones I buy. They cost about a fiver. And Yeah, I broke it open. I found a medium wave aerial in it. Yeah. So sometimes you do catch the spies at it. Um, like with a cash box, I got a cash box with vitamin pills safe. And I only had it a couple of days. And it's a lockable one. And found one of my mother's hairs in it. Yeah, and it's like, how did that get in there if my mother hadn't been able to have a key that could open it? And these are special vibrating key or whatever, I spoke to a locksmith once. He told me about these things. You've got a Yale lock in your house, yeah? You may as well leave it open to the security services. Because a Yale lock, you just get a vibrating key, just put it in, go, it'll open any Yale lock. This house used to have an Ingersoll, yeah? And an Ingersoll is a double-edged key. And they've gone bust. They were bought out by Yale. They don't make them anymore. But an Ingersoll, apparently, you couldn't get through if you're a spook. Or a 5-lever, the back door key would be a 5-lever. You can have a 3-lever or a 5-lever. If you've got a 5-lever, it's very difficult to get through that. But a Yale lock, or you can get through with a vibrating key, or use a plastic, which looks like a credit card, but it's not. Because it's bendy, and you just slip it round. So you can get in that way. But my mother was in when I went to the shop, so I know it wasn't my father. And I know it couldn't have been a spook living in a bedstead across the road who's nipped in and out. The neighbours would have seen it, or the neighbours would have to be in on it. You can build a conspiracy like that, but my mother was in, so rules all that out. It was mumsy either wiped the computer down with bio-warfare germs, or swapped it for another one. So, tune in next time for another exciting episode on, this is the real stuff, real people. You think if they wanted you dead, who are they? They are these super elite, yeah? What, like Tony Blair, George Bush, super elite. No, get real, These people are fallible. These people make mistakes, on things. I got an IQ of 121 with a cold. I don't know. It's probably better than that on a good day. And that's highly intelligent. So, degree educated in engineering. Not the. No, I don't want to say not the sharpest tool in the box. I'm actually quite bright. Yeah. So these people get caught. They're not super geniuses people make them out to be. So tune in next time for another episode in the exciting adventures of. Well, it's not Tony Blair, anal detective. I'm going to do that one. I do that one if I get time. Yeah, it's really good fun. It's a piss take. Tony Blair, anal detective. Maybe next time.